My first opinion on Cooper Flagg is that he looked how he did in college quite a bit. So there wasn't a new revelatory takeaway from what I saw in his two summer league games. Same issues, I think, with self creation. He's just not that great of an individual scorer. And I'll get to a caveat to that. But when we talked about him as, in the words of Andrew Quo, Julius Randle with hops, he still has no wiggle. He is still a bit of a white boxer with no head movement. He drives left, he gets stood up, he rotates back with a little spin. Now he's 8 feet from the basket to 12 feet from the basket. He shoots a turnaround or he kicks the ball back out. And that happened a lot in Summer League. He'd get stood up and he'd just sort of chuck up a shot. And I think it's going to take him some time to be a good scorer on those kind of plays. I just have not seen the ability for him to get to the rim with any sort of deception. Like, he doesn't have a decel or a euro or a Pinoy step. He doesn't change speeds or directions. He just kind of tries to outjump you and put it off the glass or tries to dunk it. And like, there's not a lot of subtlety to his game, and I think he will struggle with the upgrade of athleticism and the physicality until he gets bigger and stronger too.
I mean, this kind of dovetails with my latest obsession, which is my current favorite human trait is like dedication and tenacity. I love people who just like are dependable and do stuff and try hard. Even not try hards, try hard. And Cooper Flag is a floor slapper, and his motor is a skill. I want to elevate that part of his scouting to his ability to get to the rim, his spatial non-awareness, awareness. I'm not sure, but like motor needs to be talked about, and there's a risk there because you want your players to care more than the other player, ideally, if this was a spectrum. But it also could betray you because, to your point, the wiggle is not in the idea, it's in like the execution. And him just barreling through defenses is awesome, and I like to see that. But I would almost prefer to see it mentally than physically because Alex Sarr had like a zillion blocks, and like I get a wow out of a number 2 pick that I don't really get from a number 1 like Cooper Flag.
So Flag had a really excellent game in his second one,
30
and he
points,
scored.
and that was a prom king line though, like 4
So
and
so
1, right?
yeah, I was gonna say I watched a lot of that game. A good amount of his points came from sort of iffy calls, and I'm not saying he got like a great whistle. I just mean it was him driving and creating contact, which is going
Good.
to be a big part of his game. That is a good thing. I just meant
Mhm.
watching it. I was like, I don't know if you're going to get those calls or even to that place where you were able to get that call against better defense. What I do think about him and why I think he'll be pretty successful early on until he acquires more individual scoring chops is that I wouldn't say it's necessarily the prototypical dog that you're referring to, but he is really good at making himself accessible. He gets out and he runs on the break. He cuts to the basket. He crashes the boards a little bit. He's bringing the ball up the court. He's like he is. I don't think he's going to disappear out there because he is a smart player and he does work hard. It's not the same way as like a little guard who's like, "Give me the rock. I'm going to go get a bunch of points." But I mean, like him being able to run the floor and see the lane and cut, he's just going to score 10 points a game off of that kind of stuff. And that is effort. It's just different from the kind of determination that we typically talk about in basketball. Like playing with pace, playing in transition, making sure that you cut when you're supposed to. He does that stuff well, and I think that was what was impressive about his second game was that he still didn't really score that well as a shooter, but he put himself in position to make plays.
I agree. And against a good defender in Carter Bryant, all right? Like that was a The summer league has been about Carter and your boy Yang. Oh, for reference,
Your
you
boy.
can call me Quo Andrew from now on. It's Quo Andrew because
Handsome Andrew.
yeah, handsome Andrew is the new moniker for this beatboxer. But it, I was excited about Cooper Flag, but I cannot shake this image of this Julius Randle, this Jason Tatum prototype of this squaring up to the basket, letting defenses set, and then countering their set idea. There was a few moments in his second game where he immediately got the ball and went to the rim, which I love to see. Didn't really dance as much. I think he's going to be an amazing, entertaining character in the NBA. And he's going to have if he's on your team or if he's not, the Danny Ainge fire, right? Like it's like, oh, this guy is so annoying. It's like complaining about everything. I mean, Luca's lovable because he's kind of chubby and he's a wizard, right? Like talk about deceleration, talk about wiggle. Luka Doncic's whole game is wiggle.
Yep,
Um,
exactly.
and Cooper Flag is not. But the perception of him is going to be of someone who wants it more, which is not the case.
Yeah, again, have only seen interviews with him where he seems super chill and like a nice
He's
kid.
awesome. He's awesome.
And
Yeah.
and yet the marketing brand for him is him with like fists balled up yelling. I'm like, that's gonna be your brand. Like your logo is